don't think that's really gonna work, is it? And I can't have it. Have enough room. That's out there. Not sure that's gonna work. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, it's a bit odd, isn't it? Yeah, bear with me, guys. I see we got a few people in here already. I'm going to try to... I'm not fond of this setup. We're going to make do with this. This is as far back as I can get my chair. Cramped quarters here, even more so than my normal station. I don't care for the angle, but I think you can pretty much see everything. I do have an idea how I can make this better for tomorrow. I don't really have time to do that right now. I'd have to move this bed behind me over. And I will probably try to do that tomorrow. But for today anyway, this is what we've got. It's not the most ideal angle. I don't have my normal tripod. That's the problem. I'm using a tripod for a camcorder. And hello, Mike C. How are you doing, man? The trip is good. I have to say I'm a bit tired, a lot of driving. I've put in about, I don't know, 1,800 miles so far. How have you been? There's Franklin. Good afternoon, Franklin. It's been a while since I did this, so you'll bear with me. I may be a bit rusty. We're going to try to push through one here. And like I say, tomorrow I've got an idea how I can get this camera a little straighter instead of this angle, but it's going to be difficult without a clamp. I really need a clamp, and I don't have anything like that. Hang on a second. I've got this thing that came with the light that I've never used. Let me pull it, you can see it. It's another little mini tripod. So you might even be able to see that wouldn't stick out far enough. No, that won't work. But I do have some ideas. Anyway, I am in Aliso Viejo, California. Coming to you live from Casa Cape Coral. Where we have a game this afternoon. It's going to be the Mets at the Giants. May the 20th, 1966, and let me check my records here now. I believe this is the last game on that date. Again, I apologize for the rather loose nature of this. Trying to feel it out here. Hello, Ben. Yeah, and I'm trying to I have an idea to make that better for tomorrow. I'm going to go with it today because I don't really have time to to do it any other way, but I do have an idea. May the 20th. No, it's not the last game of May the 20th. The next game after this one would be California at Washington. So let me ask you guys, we've got enough guys in here now. How does it look to you? I don't like the angle. I think everything's basically readable. It's going to have to be good enough for today. I'm going to try to get this more overhead, and I think I know how I can do it, but I've got to go buy another piece to get it more like you're normally used to seeing, where the camera's more flat and hovering right over the action. On the other hand, there's better natural light in this room than in my apartment, I'll say that. I do have a ring light, but most of the light, all of the light coming from the left side of your screen is from the window I'm sitting by. And thank you, Ben and Charlie Reitz. Welcome, Charlie. Well, okay. Let's try one, huh? I'd like it to be not quite as slanted, you know what I mean, Ben? But I will work on that. I've got an idea. So is that going to, every time I go for the... Oh yeah, I'm going to cross the camera path, aren't I, every time I go for coffee? Okay, this is fine. We're going to go with it. I'm just going to nitpick it to death otherwise. All right, it's Mets at the Giants. We've got two right-handers. Jack Fisher is going to start the game for the Mets. Gaylord Perry will be starting for the Giants. And yes, man, I do have a damn fine cup of coffee. You know me. Fisher, pretty decent card. Perry, an excellent card, was a 21 game winner rather in real life that year. Fisher, in our replay, is 1-4 with a 5.49 earned run average. He's made 5 starts and 5 relief appearances. He has 1 save, 39 innings, 49 hits. Let's tone down that background noise a little bit. Work in progress again, fellas. Bear with me. Perry, let's check his numbers in our replay. Perry's made 6 starts. He's 2-3, but with a fine 3.15 ERA. He has 1 complete game, 46 innings, 50 hits allowed. You know, it might, Franklin. Who knows? The Mets come in at 9-16. They probably welcome a change of venue here, right? Giants 14-20. Disappointing for them. Okay, let's get to the lineups. I don't have the back patty for my score sheet that keeps it from sliding around either. Very uncomfortable here, fellas, but we're going to try to make it work. Okay. For the Mets, leading off, we have Ron Hunt playing second base. Cleon Jones in center field hits second. Johnny Lewis, the right fielder, hits third. Dick Stewart, Dr. Strangelove, will be at first base today, batting cleanup. Ed Kranepool in left field hits fifth with a 4.25 plus 3. Ouch. Chuck Hiller gets his first start of the season at third base. Hill hits sixth. John Stevenson is the catcher, hitting seventh. Eddie Brasseau at short hits eighth, and Fisher, the pitcher, bats ninth. The Giants defensively have Tom Haller catching, McCovey at first, back in the lineup finally. Tito Fuentes at second, Jim Davenport at short, Jim Ray Hart at third, and the outfield left to right of Felipe Alou, not Felipe Alou, Jesus Alou, Willie Mays in center, and Ollie downtown Brown in right, and hello Kenyon. It is a literal road game coming to you live from Casa Cape Coral here in beautiful Aliso Viejo. And with that, we're about ready to play a game. Ron Hunt leading things off for the Mets. Hunt comes in leading the club in batting at .319. He has no homers, 5 RBIs. I have a shorter dice tower. Let me slide this in so you can see it. This is not my dice tower. This is a traveling tower that I purchased for this trip. And it has a tendency, if you notice here, if you can see that, it has a tendency to tip forward. So I'm keeping it pressed back against the lip of the computer desk, which hopefully will avoid that. All right. Umpire says play ball. Actually, he said that about 5 minutes ago. But somebody in the broadcasting booth is wasting unnecessary time here. Here's the pitch from Perry to Hunt. And we are underway with a 3-7 right-handed fly ball to left field. That's going to be playable for Alou. He makes the catch, and there's one down. Here's Cleon Jones now. Cleon comes into the game hitting .306 on the season. No homers, 5 RBIs. Right-handed batter. Perry set now. That's a 3-4 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left. Going back is Alou. He's on the track and makes the catch. A homer 1 through 4 comes up at 15 and 2 down quickly for Gaylord. Gaylord going through all of the deception motions and whatnot, his little strategies he used to psych out the batters. And here's Johnny Lewis now. Lewis comes in hitting just .154. He does not have a home run yet, despite pretty impressive power, at least solid power on this card, a left-handed hitter. The pitch from Perry's a 6'11 left-hander. That's a fly ball to right field X. That is going to be Brown. He is a 2E7 out there as he ranges towards the gap. Whoops, sorry, that one did not go in the tower. That's a re-roll. The play is a 17, and he makes the catch to retire the side. That's going to go 9X, 1, 2, 3 go the Mets. After half an inning of play, it is New York 0, San Francisco coming to bat. I was going to say I wish I'd have been on earlier because there's no way I can substantiate this claim right now. You'll just have to take my word for it. But going into the postseason, I had said that my dark horses in each league were Kansas City and Milwaukee. Now, I'm for the Dodgers, and believe me, there's nothing I would rather see more than the Dodger-Yankee World Series. But my dark horses both came through, the Royals and the Brewers. And sorry about the O's, Franklin. They kind of, I don't know how to explain it. To me, they were the team to beat going into the season. I figured they would be the odds-on favorite to win the American League pennant. What happened? Well, you tell me. You probably know better than I do. As we go over the giant lineup here, it's going to be Tito Fuentes at second leading it off. Tom Haller, the catcher, moved up to the 2 spot. Willie Mays in center field hits third. Willie McCovey at first base in the cleanup spot. Jim Ray Hart at third base hits 5th. Jim Davenport, the shortstop, hits 6th. Jesus Alou in left and Ollie Brown in right wind up the round out the lineup with Perry the pitcher hitting. I could, but yeah, there's a you're going to have too many dice rolls rolling out of frame. I think it's important that you guys see the roll, right? That's right, that's the only game left, Mike. I apologize. The Brewers came through last night, but that's the only series not over. Rubber game 4 p.m. Pacific, I think. 7 Eastern, is that right? And there's Rick. Welcome, Rick. Good to have you. Yeah. Mets defensively, Stevenson catching, Dick Stewart at first, Hunt and Brasseau up the middle with Chuck Hiller down at third. Outfield, Cranepool in left, Jones in center, and Johnny Lewis in right. All right, we're set to go here. Fisher's ready to work. Fuentes, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against Fisher. Tito comes into the game at .228, 2 home runs, a dozen RBIs. Here's the pitch from Fisher. That's going to be a 4-12 left-handed. It's a fly ball into center field and playable for Cleon. He's right there to make the catch. And there's one away. Here's Haller now, the left-handed hitting catcher. Haller hitting .222 on the season, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. Fisher into the windup. Delivers a 6-9 left-handed, a fly ball into straightaway left. Kranepool under it now. And flags it down for the second out. And here comes the say-hey kid, Willie Mays. Mays having a great season so far. He's batting .306, tied for the major league lead in home runs with 12, and he has 28 RBIs, also among the leaders. Fisher into the windup. That's going to be a 6-5 right-handed, a grounder to shortstop X. That's Brissou, a 4E32. Into the hole goes Eddie. Here's the roll on the play. It's a 12, the E range. It's a 2 on a 32. White die 1 through 5 is a 2-base error. Brissou has it and throws it over the first baseman's head. That'll go as a 2-base error. E6, Mays to second. And that'll give Willie McCovey a chance to bat here in the first inning. McCovey hitting .284, 7 home runs, 14 RBIs. First pitch is outside. Fisher pitching carefully to Willie McCovey. Stares in to get the sign. Here's the next offering. It's a 6-5 left-handed. It's another grounder to shortstop X. Brissou will be tested again. 4E32, here's the play. Looks like that one is not flat. That's going to be a re-roll on the 20. The other dice stand. It's a 15 on a 4, and Brissou has it and throws him out to retire the side. 6-3X goes the play. Side retired. No runs, no hits. There was an error. And we're scoreless after 1 inning. Here's Perry now getting ready to start the second. Yeah, Canyon, that I was as shocked as anyone to see how that all wound out there. I was traveling and they said the Mets are in. Miracle win over or it was the Braves that beat the Mets. I forget now. One of them, it was either Braves or the Mets, they're in. So they're both in. So I'm thinking, well, who the hell's out? It wasn't until I got to the motel that night. Looked it up and saw, holy crap, the Diamondbacks didn't make it. That surprised me as well. Second inning we go. Here is Dick Stewart now. Well, I should have brought my cord up too. Well, hopefully we'll make it through. I think we will. Stewart hitting just .214 on the season. That's just 6 for 28. He's only played in 10 games. Does not have a home run yet. Perry into the windup. Here's the pitch to Dr. Strangeglove on a 3-4 right-handed. He walks him. Lead-off walk. Stewart, of course, very slow. And the batter will be Ed Kranepool. Kranepool hitting .256, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. This is game number 26 of the season for the Mets. Game number 35 for the Giants. So the Giants have played quite a few more games than the Mets to this point, due to a lot of rainouts in Mets games early in this season. Early April, mainly. Perry checks the runner, comes to the plate from the stretch on a 3-12. It's a grounder back to Perry. He turns, fires down to Davenport for 1 to first, not in time. That's going to go as a 6-4 force. And the Tigers, just the opposite, right? They came down the stretch. They traded off at the trade deadline and then just got hot. Came down the stretch like a freight train. Made the playoffs and won the first round. And I'm with you, Ben. Nobody happier than me to see the Astros out. Here's Chuck Hiller now. Let's take a look at Hiller's numbers. He has not played much. He's 4 for 13, mostly as a pinch hitter. It's a 308 average. Left-handed batter. Here's the pitch from Perry now. 4-6 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's the first strikeout of the game. 2 away. And here's Stevenson. Stevenson, the catcher, hitting .219. 1 homer, 3 RBIs as Perry comes set. Comes in there with a 5-5 lefty. Struck him out. Perry closes that inning with a flourish, fanning Hiller and Stevenson. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We're going to the bottom of the second, scoreless. Jim Ray Hart will start off the bottom of the second for the Giants. Let me reach over here and... That's going to be awkward with that coffee there. Oh well, we'll make do today. A damn fine cup of coffee, if I do say so my damn self. Jim Ray Hart will lead off the bottom of the second. Hart's hitting .308 on the season. 8 home runs, 21 RBIs as Fisher gets the sign from Stevenson and delivers the 4-7 right-handed. Single 1-3 on a 9. That is fielded at first base by Stewart, who takes it to the bag. Hart retired, 1 down. Here's Davenport now. Davenport on the season, 19 for 57. He leads the club with a .333 average. He has 1 home run. Pitch from Fisher is a 2-7 right-handed. Fly ball into center. Can of corn for Cleon Jones, who gloves it for out number 2. Here's Jesus Alou now. Alou hitting just .173 on the season. Does not have a home run, just 5 ribbies. Fisher into the windup. Comes in with a 4-5 right-handed. That is a fly ball to right field. Playable for Lewis. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Fisher. We've got 2 innings in the books, and we are still scoreless. For those of you guys who missed it, I've been out of circulation for a while, traveling to California. I'm house sitting for my best friend, who is in Europe with his wife. They were in Paris, and they're in Italy now. His son, Mark, is still here. We've been hanging out. Mark wanted to go to the Santa Monica Pier yesterday, so I obliged him, and we drove up there. So it was fun. Maybe an ill-advised trip, because I'd just driven for 5 days and had to drive through LA traffic yesterday. That was, boy, I'll tell you what. You know, I used to live down here, but that was 35 years ago. The traffic's crazier than ever. That's all I can tell you. Oh my goodness, I remember it being crazy, but oh my God. Mookie is with me, and he's doing great. What a great road trip he had. He got to go to the beach in a couple of spots.
Low battery. Low battery.
What's a low battery? Okay, I have no idea what that is. Some mechanical thing is telling me low battery. Electronics. Second inning, it's Pursue. Eddie Pursue hitting just .214. He does have a home run. Let's get the right pitcher out there. Perry gets the sign from Haller. Here's the pitch to Eddie. That's going to be a 2-10 right-handed. Fly ball to left field. That's playable for Alou. He'll take it for the first out. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Fisher. Fisher, a 1 right-handed pitcher, weak. The pitch from Perry, 6'5 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That is going to be Davenport. A 3E31. Jim into the hole. That's a 7. He's got it. Long throw in time. Nice play, Jim Davenport, for the second out. 6'3X. Fisher retired. And the batter will be Ron Hunt as we flip back over to the top of the order. Hunt 0 for 1. Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Hunt now. It's a 1-8 base hit into up the middle for Ron Hunt. First hit of the ball game for either side. So Hunt with a 2-out single. He's a star 15 stealer. So let's take a look at that San Francisco battery now. Perry a -3 hold. Heller a 0. That would knock Hunt down to a 12, and they don't even need to hold him on. He's a 1-12. Does it sound weird, Franklin? Runner on first, 2 away, Cleon Jones, who flew to left his first time up. Perry checks the runner. Pitch to Cleon's a 4-11 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Third strikeout for Gaylord ends the inning. We've got goose eggs across through 2.5. Okay, here's Fisher now. It'll be Brown, Perry, and then back to the top of the order with Tito Fuentes. Downtown Brown. He comes in hitting just 164 and does not have a home run. It's funny, I tend to think of Brown as a power hitter, but on this card, he's actually a weak against lefties. He's got a 3.2, 1-19, and a 3.6, 1-8. Let's look at his real life numbers. He only hit 7 that year in 348 at bats, so not one of the better power years for a guy who, in my mind at least, I think of as a little bit more of a power hitter. He'll lead off the third. Fisher into the windup. That's going to be a 4-6 right-handed. It's a fly to center. Cleon Jones right there to make the catch. 1 away, and here's Gaylord Perry now. Perry a 3-hitters card. Right-handed batter. Fisher comes in with a 3-7. Struck him out. First strikeout for Jack Fisher. 2 down quickly, and here's Tito. Tito flew to center his first time up now. Here's Fisher's pitch to Tito. On a 6-9 left-handed lazy fly ball to left, Kranepool drifts back a few steps and hauls it in to retire the side. 3 innings in the books, and we're scoreless. The owner thinks it was a fix, something fishy going on. Hey, drama. I wouldn't put any. Nothing would surprise me anymore. I don't think so, but I don't know. I've said it before. Just the fact that you've got 12 teams in the playoffs now, to me, is just nothing short of ridiculous. 4th inning we go, and a scoreless tie. It's going to be Lewis, Stewart, and Kranepool for the Mets. Lewis 0 for 1. Perry gets the sign from Haller. Comes in there with a 3-9 right-handed. He struck him out. 4 Ks now for Gaylord. Lewis struck out a lot. And here's Dick Stewart now. Stewart walked in the second, was forced. Perry into the windup. Here's the pitch now on a 5-6 right-hander. It's a ground ball up the middle. Davenport cuts it off, turns and fires in time. Grounder to short, 2 away. And here's a Kranepool. Perry gets the sign. Comes in there with a 4-8 left-handed. It's a single to 7. 20 not flat. That's going to be a reroll on the 20. Bidding for a 1-7 single here. He's out on a line out to McCovey. McCovey spears that line drive. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Perry. And we're still scoreless. Yeah, this tray seems to, I don't know, it seems about the same size as my other one. The tower is shorter. Okay, Giants set to bat in the fourth. Haller, Mays, and McCovey, 3 left-handers to face Jack Fisher here. Fisher lined up on the pitch. It's a 1-4 comebacker. Fisher has it over to Stewart. Nice play, Fisher. Hard hit ball snared by Fisher. Haller, a slow-running catcher, he was able to throw him out fairly easily there. Here's Willie Mays now with 1 away. Mays 0 for 1, reached on an error in the first. Pitch from Fisher is a 5-9 right-handed. He struck him out. Fisher fans Willie Mays for his 2nd K of the ball game. And that'll bring up McCovey. McCovey 0 for 1. The pitch from Fisher. That's going to be a 4-5 left-handed. Slow roller to first. Stewart has it. Flips to Fisher covering. And that'll do it. 1-2-3 inning for Jack Fisher. We've got a hell of a pitcher's duel here through 4 innings of play. Just too many playoffs now. I found it hard to even get too excited about the wild card round, to be honest, and that just isn't right. Playoffs should be instant excitement. And maybe that's partly my fault. Getting long in the tooth and all that good stuff, right? A little more cynical, maybe. A little more cynical, forget the maybe. Okay, here we go. 5th inning, scoreless game. It's going to be Hiller, Stevenson, and Brosseau for the Mets. Hiller 0 for 1. I may have to go get that power cord before this game's over. Perry set now. Here's the pitch to Hiller. That's going to be a 2-8 right-handed. That's a base hit into right field. It's a leadoff single for Hiller. Hiller not a threat to run. No steal rating at all, in fact. Here's Stevenson now. The left-handed hitting catcher struck out his first time against Gaylord. Perry a check of the runner. Now set. Comes in there with a 4-7 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And for Perry now, that is 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. And here's Eddie Brosseau, 0 for 1 in the game. Perry from the stretch. It's a 1-9 right-handed. That is a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Cranepool at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Eddie Brosseau. Holy smoke, I think that's his 2nd. Trying to find him. It is. That's his 2nd home run of the season, and the Mets break on top 2-0. How about that? Yeah, I'm with you there, Ben. All those commercials don't help any. I've said it before, I'm certainly glad I'm not a young person in today's world. Here's Fisher. 1 down, base is empty. Perry, whoops, we got 1 out. That's a re-roll. Next pitch from Gaylord, 3-7 is a ground ball to second base. That's taken there by Fuentes, who throws him out. And that'll bring up Ron Hunt, the leadoff man. Hunt 1 for 2 in this one. Perry gets the sign. 5-6 right-handed is a routine grounder to short, fielded there by Davenport, who throws him out to retire the side, but the Mets strike first. 2 runs on 2 hits, a 2-run blast by the unlikely hero, Eddie Brosseau. And thinking back out of memory, and some of you guys might remember this, it seems to me that his first home run of the year was of similar drama. He ended up being the hero in that game as well. Yeah, no doubt, Kenyon. True story. And I've been in that ballpark, and I'll tell you what, they're not exaggerating. It is cold there, even for a day game. 2-0 Mets. Jack Fisher staked to a 2-run lead. He'll be looking at Hart, Davenport, and Alou as we move to the bottom of the 5th. Hart 0 for 1. Fisher comes in there with a 2-5 right-handed. That's a base hit into right field, and Hart has the first San Francisco hit of the game. So Jack Fisher held him hitless through 4. Hart not a threat to steal. Here's Davenport now. Davenport an A bunter. Unfortunately, they trailed by 2. If they trailed by 1, I would think about laying it down here, but we're going to have him hit away. Fisher out of the stretch. 1-9, he struck him out. Well, with an at-bat like that, maybe he should have laid it down. Here's Jesus now, 0 for 1. Fisher gets the sign. That's going to be a 2-3. Gets a single into center field, an open single. Hart could try to go to third on that. He's a 13 runner. Jones with a -1 arm, however, makes him a 12 with 1 out. They'll put the brakes on. No sense getting thrown out at third when you trail by 2. First and second one away. That brings up Ollie Brown. Brown 0 for 1 in this one. Tying runs aboard, though. Fisher studies the runners. Now gets the sign from the stretch. The pitch to Brown is a 5-12 righty. It's a grounder to the pitcher X. Fisher, pretty good fielder, 2E19. Here's the roll on the play. It is a 1, and he can't handle it. That's through for a single, knocked down up the middle by Hunt, but no play. It's going to be a single off the pitcher, and the bases are loaded. Holy cow, 3 singles. They're nickel and diming him to death here in the 5th. Oh my goodness, 1 away. Bases loaded, and look who's coming up. Gaylord Perry, trailing by 2. 7-inning starter, 21-game winner. I can't take him out in the 5th. I probably should. He's going to bat. Infield double play depth. Fisher comes in with a 4-8 grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Brassou to Hunt to Stewart. Oh my goodness. Perry does the one. He could have done anything but that, right? And out of any kind or any other kind would have been acceptable. They'd have still had Fuentes coming up. But Fisher gets out of it with a 6-4-3 double play. The Giants end up scoring no runs on 3 singles, one of them off the pitcher's card. And through 5 innings, it is 2-0. I'm not sure I can even get out of here to... All right, we're just going to go with it. It is possible that we may lose the crowd noise. That's the only thing that will happen if the other laptop were to die. I can live with that if you can. I'll be more prepared for the next game. Very weird being in a different desk, different city, different state. Probably the state of confusion in my case. Okay, Mets lead at 2-0. It's going to be Jones to lead things off. Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Kingan. It's going to be a 6-6 right-handed fly ball to left, playable for Alou. Alou's been busy out there today in left. He makes the catch for out number 1. Thank you, Kenyon. Appreciate that. I agree. That's how I feel too. And sometimes I feel bad. It's like in the modern game, you're so used to seeing that, right? In the fifth inning, they'd pinch hit, but they didn't back then, especially not for a star pitcher. Here's Lewis, who's 0 for 2. Perry gets the sign. Pitch to Johnny Lewis is a 180, pops him up on the right side. Fuentes will take it. And that's the second out of the inning. And here's Stewart now. Stewart 0 for 1 with a walk. Perry gets the sign. That's a 1-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Perry. And we're still 2-0 at New York. So how the hell's everybody been? It's been, what, a week since I've done? No, let me think now. I left on Thursday. Yeah, it's been a week. 8 days, actually. I'll be down here another couple of weeks. Try to get games in when I can. Okay, trailing by 2, the Giants send up the top of the order. I'm cracking up at Ben's comment. Boy, I tell you what, who remembers the ramen days? I sure as hell do. 1 day is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Fisher. 1-4 righty, fly ball into left. That's going to be playable for Cranepool, who grabs it for out number 1. Tom Haller will bat. He's 0 for 2. Fisher, also a 7-inning starter, gets the sign from Stevenson now. Here's the pitch on a 5-8 left-handed grounder down to first. Dick Stewart will take it himself. How about that? 2 down quickly, and here's Willie Mays. Mays 0 for 2 in this one. Reached on an error and struck out in the 4th. Fisher's set now. Here's the pitch to Mays. It's a 6-7 right-handed, a grounder to second base X. That's going to be for Hunt. Hunt, a 3E28. And here's the roll on the play. It's a 7. He's got it and throws him out to retire the side. Nice play, Hunt. A 1-2-3 inning for Fisher. Fisher throwing a gem here. We've completed 6 innings. The Mets lead at 2-0. So who was it that said the change of scenery could help the Mets? An accurate prediction so far, at least. It'll be Cranepool, Hiller, and Stevenson. First potential fatigue inning for Perry. First endurance inning. Ed is 0 for 2 today. Perry into the windup. The pitch is a 5-7 left-handed. A grounder to second. Fuentes has it. To McCovey, 1 down. Let's slide these over a little bit. As Cranepool comes to bat, 1 for 2 on the day. Sorry, that was Cranepool. Excuse me. Hiller comes to bat, 1 for 2 on the day. Perry into the windup. It's a 5-4 lefty. Catcher's card X. That's Haller. Haller, a 3E4. I even got my charts in a different position because I don't have that TV tray to my right. Here's the play. It's a 19, and he fouls out to the catcher. Haller makes the catch. F2X, 2 away. And here's Stevenson, the catcher. Wow, Franklin, that's awesome. It's awesome you got it back. Not so awesome you lost it. Was that from a storm? Side swipe from the storm. Those in the direct path are going to be in rough shape for a long time. Boy, I missed them. I've missed a lot of news too, apparently. Holy crap. All I can say is at least you're here and you're all right. Stevenson has fanned twice today. Perry set. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-9. Grounder to second. Fielded there by Fuentes, who throws him out to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Mets as we stretch for the 7th. 2-0 New York. And there's really nowhere to stretch because I can't even stand up. That's another reason I have to change this setup before tomorrow. I'm backed up against the bed in this chair, and I've got the pull-out desk right up against me. I could not stand up right now if I wanted to. I would have to move all of this stuff, slide the desk in, just to get up. So it's very, like as I said before, it's very uncomfortable. I'm going to try to make this better. But at least we're playing, and I've got to say, I'm having a pretty damn good time. I hope you are too. Giants trail by 2 as we go to the bottom of the inning. It'll be McCovey, Hart, and Davenport. Fisher, his first endurance inning. Holy shit. You know, it's funny, you go through your day-to-day life thinking, your normal life, thinking nothing ever happens, and then you're incommunicado for a week, and it feels like I missed all kinds of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy road trips. But it's just weird how that seems to work. Here's McCovey. He's 0 for 2. Fisher gets the sign from Stevenson, delivers a 5-11 left-handed. That's going to be a fly ball to right field X. That's for Lewis. Lewis, a 3-4 out there. As he ranges towards the line, on a 17, he makes a nice catch for the first out. So a nice play by Lewis to retire McCovey. And here's Jim Ray Hart now. Franklin, it sounds like you thought you were in Candlestick Park. I'm sorry, that just came to me. That was probably sounds awful. I couldn't resist. Just talking about people being blown off the mound, and then now I hear about this. Connect the dots, I guess, right? It's funny how the mind works. 1 for 2 for Hart. Here's the pitch from Fisher. It's a 6-4 right-handed grounder to short X. That's going to be Brasseau again, a 4E32. He's the offensive hero. Defensively, he's been hit and miss today. Here's the play. Whoops, we got a dice down. That's going to be a reroll. That's an 18. He makes the play. How about that? Eddie Brasseau with a fine play at short. And right now, he's in the running for player of the game. Along with the pitcher, Jack Fisher, of course. 2 out, nobody on, and here's Davenport. He's 0 for 2. Fisher's set now. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 3-8 right-handed high fly ball to left field. Going back is Cranepool on the track. On a 19, he's got it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Fisher. Through 7, it's Mets 2. Giants, nothing. Gaylord Perry getting ready to work to 8th. This will be his last innings. He's due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the inning. And here's the man of the hour, Eddie Brasseau, to lead it off. Brasseau, of course, the 2-run homer responsible for all of the runs in this one. That was back in the 5th. Perry gets the sign now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-5 right-handed grounder to short X. That is for Davenport. Davenport, a 3E31 ranging behind the bag. On a 14, he's got it and throws him out. Nice play, Jim Davenport. So one shortstop grounds out to the other. And Fisher's going to bat. Of course he is. He's pitching a shutout. Perry with the pitch. It's a 1-8. Struck him out. Not surprisingly. Gaylord Perry against a one-hitting pitcher's card. It's kind of what you would expect, isn't it? 2 down. Here's Ron Hunt. Hunt 1 for 3 in this one. Perry set. It is a 6-8 right hand, and it's a base hit up the middle. Hunt's 2 for 4 today. And that'll bring up Cleon Jones. Cleon 0 for 3. Hang on, let me do something here. That doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. Here's Jones. 1 on, 2 down. The pitch from the stretch is a 6-9 right-handed. It's a fly ball to right, playable for Brown, who makes the catch to retire the side. No runs a hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 2-0. Let's check the Mets defensively now. Certainly, Stewart needs to come out. Let's find another outfielder. See, we could go with Luplow, 3E4, or Hickman, 3E5. In right field, we have Lewis. Let's bring in Luplow for Stewart and move Cranepool to first base. Now, Luplow takes over in left field. He'll bat in Stewart's spot. He's a 3E4 with a 0 arm. Cranepool will move to first base, get that 4E25 out of left. Cranepool will find, or an average really, 3E13. That's about as average as you can get at first base. Let's see what else they've got here. Probably should get Brasseau out of there too. Nah, I can't take him out. He's the hero so far. Strat-O-Matic wise, probably should. How about third base? Yeah, we could do that. We could bring Boyer in to play third for Hiller. I just can't bring myself to take Brasseau out for some reason. Statistically, again, probably should. Okay, Boyer's coming in to play third. Do want to help the Mets try to get a win here, though. 2E26 for Boyer. And Jack Fisher working on a shutout. Cranepool moved to first, Kenyon. Stewart's out. Cranepool went from left field to first base. Luplow came in for Stewart's spot to play left field. Boyer in at third for Hiller. Okay, it's a Lou Brown and a pinch hitter for San Francisco in the bottom of the 8th. Fisher in his second endurance inning, into the windup, comes in there with a 1-6 right-handed liner right into the glove of Brasseau. Brasseau says, "What? Take me out? I don't think so." Here's Ollie Brown now. Brown 1 for 2 on the day. Fisher into the windup. It's a 4-10 right-handed. That's a fly ball to center field X. That's going to be Jones, a 3E8. Jones going back on the ball, still going back. The play on an 8, he makes a fine running catch. Oh my God, it is a web jam by Cleon Jones to take a base hit away from Ollie Brown. Holy cow. And with 2 down, we'll have a pinch hitter for Perry. Perry pitched a hell of a game. 8 innings, Just 4 hits, 2 runs. All the damage done by Brosseau. Walked just 1. Struck out 4, 5, 6, 7. Lindy McDaniel throwing in the San Francisco pen. He'll be coming on to pitch the 9th. I've even got my subs in a different spot too, to add to the confusion. Okay, we're going to have a batter here for Perry. Let's see what they've got. Peterson hit in this game in real life, or you have the left-handed Gabrielson. Landrum also a left-hander. They did use Gabrielson, though. We're going to go with Gabrielson. He also played in this game in real life. That's just a guideline, of course. You guys know I don't always go by that, but we're going to do it this time. Gabrielson, a left-hander with a little bit of pop. 2 down, nobody on. Fisher into the windup. Here's the pitch on a 3-9. Struck him out. Jack Fisher. Oh my God, what a story today. And as great of a day as Eddie Brosseau had, he's being overshadowed by this masterful performance from Jack Fisher. Here's McDaniel now. He's going to come in and pitch the 9th for San Francisco. He's been in 14 games. He's 0-2 with a 4.91 ERA across 22 innings of work. And he'll be facing Lewis, Luplow, and Cranepool. So Lewis, 0 for 3, leads off the 9th. McDaniel set now. 1-8 right-handed. He pops him up. Fuente's under it. He'll grab it for out number 1. Here's Luplow now. His first at bat of the game. Left-handed batter. McDaniel deals a 5-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. 5-6 lefty strikes him out. 2 down, and the batter will be Ed Cranepool. Ed 0 for 3 in this one. Playing first base now, started the game in the left. McDaniel set, delivers a 6-7 lefty, and he walks him. 2 out walk to Cranepool. And that'll give Ken Boyer his first at bat of the afternoon. And welcome to Perry. Hey, Perry, how are you? And hello, JC. Or is it JCB? Too bad they traded. Yeah, it is too bad they traded Cepeda. I didn't think about that, Kenyon, but that's a thought. Normally, I don't mess with the catchers too much in this era. Man on first, 2 down from the stretch. The pitch to Boyer is a 6-5. That's a triple to 2. We've got a not flat 20, so we're going to re-roll on that 20. Triple to 2, it's a 7. That's going to be 6-5. That's a base hit, 2 stars. And Cranepool takes third on the single by Boyer. Runners at the corners now for the Mets as they try to tack on an insurance run here in the 9th. And the batter will be Stevenson. Actually, what we could do here is Kenyon called for Grody, who's a better hitter than Stevenson, and McDaniel, a backwards pitcher. Let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, Kenyon. How do you feel about that? Grody will bat for Stevenson and come in defensively. A 2E8 with a -1 arm. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Jerry Grody, a favorite of mine, steps to the plate. McDaniel set now. The pitch to Grody is a 3-5. He walks him to load the bases. 2 walks in the inning for McDaniel. And that'll get Eddie Brasseau to the plate. And aren't we glad we left him in now? Brasseau has provided all of the runs in this game with a 2-run homer back in the 5th, his 2nd of the season. Bases loaded, 2 down. McDaniel staring in now. The pitch to Eddie is a 6-5 double asterisk single. 2 more runs will score. And how about that, Eddie Brasseau? Holy smoke. Cranepool scores. Boyer scores. Grody to third. A 2-run single by Brasseau blows it open, and the score is now 4-0 Mets. And Fisher's going to bat. The pitch from McDaniel. 5-4 right-hander is a catcher's card X. That's going to be Haller. Haller, a 3-4. Here's the play. This could score a run. Error range, it's a 6. Let me check that again. On an E4, the roll of a 6. He makes the play, a little number in front of the plate. Haller pounces on it and throws down to first. 2-3X, side retired. But not before Eddie Brasseau puts 2 more on the board. 4 RBIs today for Eddie Brasseau. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. And the story now, all eyes on Jack Fisher as he goes for the complete game shutout, leading 4-0. Oh man, Ozzie Virgil. We were just talking about Virgil before I left on vacation, weren't we? Good question, Ben. Can the Giants, top of the order, wake up here in the 9th? Let's see. Naturally, we're going to try for the complete game. But just in case, Dennis Rybant begins to toss down in the Met pen. Here's Fuentes now. Fuentes 0 for 3 in this one. Fisher gets the sign from Grody now. And comes in there with a 1-8 right-handed. That is a double down into the left field corner. Fuentes with a leadoff double. Rips it right over the third base bag, rattling around in the corner. Luplow gets it back in. Fuentes holds at second with a leadoff double. And now Rybant throwing with a little more conviction as Tom Haller steps to the plate. Haller 0 for 3. Fisher, a glance at the runner. Full windup, 6-7 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Hunt, a 3E28. Here's the roll on the play. Hunt behind the bag. On an 11, it's the E rating. The roll is a 7 on a 28, and Hunt boots it. Oh my God. Talk about drama time, huh, Franklin? E4, second New York error of the afternoon, and the first 2 Giants reach. And here comes Willie Mays with McCovey waiting on deck. Mays 0 for 3 today. Haller not a threat to run. Infield will be at double play depth as Fisher delivers from the stretch on a 6-6 right-handed. That is ripped into the gap on a 2. That's going to be for extra bases. Mays rounding. Here comes Fuentes to score. Haller stops at third on an RBI double by Willie Mays, and it's 4-1. The Giants get on the board. That'll be an RBI for Willie. One more hit or walk now will fatigue Fisher, and here's McCovey. Infield back, still 4-1. Fisher staring in now. The pitch to Willie McCovey's a 3-6 right-handed single to 9 on a 6. He's got it. It's a 1-star single to second. Knocked down by Hunt, no play. That'll go as an infield hit. That'll score a howler. Mays to third, and Fisher is fatigued. What a shame. RBI for McCovey. It's 4-2 now. Here comes Westrom to remove Jack Fisher. It was not to be today for Jack Fisher. Carried a shutout into the ninth. And now the outcome of the ball game is on the line as well. 6 hits, 3 of them in this inning. 2 runs so far, one of them at least unearned. He did not walk a batter. Struck out 3. In comes Rybant. Rybant, the save leader on the team. He has 5 of them. 1 and 2 with a 1.59 ERA across 23 innings of work. He's allowed only 15 hits. So Rybant's been the stopper for the Mets so far. 5 saves and they only have 9 wins. That's impressive. And the batter's Jim Ray Hart. Seems to me these things are getting slid around a little bit. The dude abides. And yes, he is. Okay, second and third. Tying run at second base, that's Willie McCovey. Mays at third. Nobody out. Here's the pitch from Rybant. That's a 5-11 right-handed grounder to second base B. That's going to get a run in. Let's check this. Second and third. B5 have hit to second or short. It is to short. Batter out, runners advance. Grounder to short. 6-3. That scores Mays, makes it 4-3. No, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. That was back. That's a double play with a run scoring. I beg your pardon. Let's double check that. 5-11, grounder to short. 6-4-3. That does get a run in, makes it 4-3, but there's 2 outs now and nobody on. That was a big play. Well, Mr. 3, I smoked for 42 years. I quit. Vaping enabled me to quit. And I have to say that the doctors would disagree with you on that. Wrong card. For the double play, it was Hart. It was a 5-11 grounder to short A. Yeah. No? Oh, wow. Okay, you're absolutely right. Hang on. 511. Shoot. So it was right the first time, and then I screwed it up there. So it was a 4-3. It was a force. It was 4-6. Runner erased. Mays still scores, but an RBI to Hart on the play. So now we have a runner at first, one down. That's better. And Davenport the batter. Runner on first is Hart. 4-3 ball game now. A lot of drama here in this ninth inning. Rybant from the stretch. The pitch to Davenport. It's a 5-5 grounder to third base. That is going to be that's going to be Boyer down to hunt for the force to first, not in time. Another force play. That erases Hart, and that's the second out of the inning. And the Giants are down to their last out in the form of Jesus Alou. 4-3 Mets. Mets appeared to have this thing in the bag going to the bottom of this inning, and all kinds of hell broke loose here. Alou's 1 for 3. Rybant trying to close it out from the stretch. That's a 112 right-handed ground ball to second base. Hunt over to Kranepool. The Mets win. Oh, they hang on. Holy cow. To win it 4-3. And I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. McDaniel in his inning gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, struck out 1. Perry takes the loss. He drops to 2-4. Rybant picks up his 6th save in the Mets' 10th win of the season. And it wasn't easy. Although he did retire all 3 of his batters. 3 runs charged to Fisher, who wins it. His 2nd win of the season. He's 2-4 now. Kenyon, I couldn't agree more. Pursue the player of the game. Had Fisher pitched the shutout, that would have been a different story. But with Fisher coming apart there, fatiguing in the ninth, the clear player of the game is Eddie Brasseau. He drove in all 4 of the runs for the Mets. Fisher, let's reconstruct this. You have a double, that would have been the first out. Double, single, and he wouldn't have been on base. A double, that would have scored him. 2 of the runs would appear to be unearned. Looks like only 1 earned run charged to Fisher. Again, that will be factored in, figured by the... Is it 2? I'll take your word for it. Like I say, the computer will do that. All you regulars know that. I enter these games manually into the computer version. So the totals on the ball game, the Mets in winning it had 4 runs on 6 hits and made 2 errors. Giants 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. What a ball game. Holy cow. I'm going to try to get this set up for tomorrow. Same time. And that's going to be California Angels at Washington Senators. George Brunette for the Angels, Phil Ortega for Washington. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm not making any promises here on this trip, but I'll get them in when I can. I should be able to get one in tomorrow. And I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me and watching today. Appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye for now.